Hello YouTube, this is Randy Phillips. I have finally gotten a hold of an inexpensive camcorder and an inexpensive tripod, so now I can begin to make somewhat professional looking videos in good quality. But first off, I would like to give a special thanks to Astral Baby, Gaia Earth, and a new king. It's through them that I've gotten up enough courage and inspiration to start making YouTube videos of my own. I may stutter a little bit here and there because I'm still camera shy and this is new to me. I will be making videos talking about my out-of-body experiences, some of the few conscious astral projection experiences that I've had, and my recent experiences that I've had during sleep paralysis. I've had three episodes of sleep paralysis this month that I can consciously recall. And for some reason, this one was different. I had laid down in my bed and went to sleep, dozed off. But I had a dream that I'm still in the same room, mind you. Then I'm lying down in my bed, and I knew I had closed my eyes and went to sleep. And the time that I remember when I closed my eyes and went to sleep was my clock having 5 o'clock. But in a dream, my clock had 6 o'clock, 6:30. It was like 1 or 2 hours ahead. It's like I was tuning into that other reality and this one. Well, out there, during a vibratory phase, it's like my whole body was making my bed rattle very violently, and it sounded like a jackhammer. You know those construction vehicles that dig in the street? It made this sound like, and the sound was real loud in my ear. But my body wouldn't disconnect. And the thing about it, my aunt wasn't home. My caretaker was here for me. You have a genetic disability that landed me in a wheelchair back in 2009 at the age of 23. I can still move my limbs somewhat, but I'm weak, but I can't walk that far without an assistive device. In that reality, she was checking my bed for the source of the sound, and my aunt was looking at me all scared in the other reality. But she wasn't home at the time, the first time that happened. Yeah, the second time it happened, the same thing had occurred. But this time, out there in that alternate reality, I had finally made the split. And I was sitting halfway in my body and halfway out of my body. And when I lay back down in it, those strong vibrations would start occurring again. And the energy was coming from within myself and making a bed rattle like crazy. Yeah, and again, my aide, she wasn't back here. My female caretaker, she wasn't back here to check in on me because she was preparing dinner for me. And my aunt was in her room lying down, relaxing. In my most recent experience, which took place yesterday, my aunt was here. And my caretaker, she was making dinner for me. And I told my aunt about my experiences. She was raised Southern Baptist, and so was I in my early years, until I started to wake up and realize I was being deceived toward half lies and half truths. She don't like hearing about these experiences when I talk about some of the things that have been happening to me. She had quite a few paranormal experiences herself coming up back during her day, but she attributed to the devil trying to deceive her. Well, getting back on point, yeah, my aunt said she peeped in my room to check on me. She said I was out cold, I was knocked out, sleep. But I had consciousness and awareness in a parallel reality of my room that I was lying down, and I somehow had an astral projection within an astral projection, if that makes sense. It felt so weird, and when I finally made the split, it was just like that movie Avatar with that guy that was paralyzed, and his consciousness was shifting into that new body. I had a hard time walking and animating in that body, but eventually I got the hang of it. Another thing that seemed strange out there, I was able to open my doors and stuff. Because I would expect my hand to go through it. So that's how I knew that I wasn't actually projecting within this reality, because my hand would go through the door and everything. And all other objects that I would perceive to be solid. And I was able to jump extremely high and fly. Yeah, I flew around my neighborhood for a little while. I looked up at the stars. It was way more vivid and way more beautiful than one could ever imagine. I had always liked to stargaze as a child, but seeing the sky out there in that alternate reality, it was breathtaking. Just as I had tried to fly out into space out there in my astral body out there, I was pulled back into this body. And it's interesting to note I'm still hearing that loud jackhammer sound, that sound. And I became aware of my room in this reality. And I'm looking around, I'm able to move my head and move my fingers a little bit. And it took me like 10-15 minutes to get centered in. But I could still feel that heaviness, that lethargy that was on my body and stuff, to my muscles had begun to wake up into my consciousness that got all the way centered in. Like, this experience was one of the most profound experiences that I've had. Next to an experience that I had way back in August. I'll talk about that experience in another video. That's all for now. I hope everybody liked my channel.